Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Budget Builds Monthly. Welcome to the month of February. We got a response, so let's see what kind of system we're building out in this month's episode. What is Budget Builds Monthly all about? Now, whether you've seen our previous episodes or are new, posting the first Monday of every month, I review your budget request submitted via the Google form down in the description below. Using this information and PCPartPicker, I try to build the best bang for the buck PC within your budget, considering any constraints or platform preferences you may have. We usually make 4 builds, 2 AMD and 2 Intel, using either DDR4 or DDR5. We also check for deals on Micro Center and Newegg to see if we can modify the build to create a better PC within your budget. If possible, we also take a look at the used marketplace too. Next, we compare each build using online benchmarks and list out the pros and cons of the top options. This helps us figure out which build is best for you. And don't forget, we can't do any of this without your input. Speaking of the input, let's see how we fill out the Budget Builds request form. Now, a quick disclaimer to go with this. Budget builds will be as close or slightly over the budget due to parts and availability, as well as sales going on at the recorded time. Budget builds do not include taxes, fees, or Windows keys unless specifically asked otherwise. Budgets will be in USD. Now, form factor preference, this will determine case size, as in this is the motherboard size we're going to pick. If you want a mini ITX motherboard, we will go with a mini ITX case, unless you want us to get a micro ATX motherboard and then a specific case size, just put here in other. For CPU and GPU preferences, if you want us to build an Intel only system or an AMD only system, and same thing for their graphics cards. If you have any other preferences or requests when it comes to CPU or GPU, like an Intel GPU, just put it here in the other category. Areas of focus just covers the hierarchical standpoint of how we're going to build out the system and spread that budget. If you want us to focus first on your CPU, then your motherboard, maybe your graphics card, we're just going to put the budget more focused towards those. Focus first, and then focus last. We'll just grab some generic and placeholder items for you, the user, to actually pick out later on. For already purchased or own system components, if you already have a power supply or a case or anything like storage, just put it here. Just specify specifically what you have, just so we can work that into the build and we don't have to worry about putting money towards something in that budget that you already have. No sense in buying 2 PC cases if you can just use the one you already have. Next up is peripheral requests. Now, these are placeholders for either a mouse, keyboard, monitor, headset, or anything else, as these are user specific. Now, if you put other and you select a specific headset or mouse or keyboard, anything you're looking for, we'll put that in the overall build to just allocate the budget that way. And then finally, we have other requests like RGB, no RGB, or any comments that you want for the build itself. And that pretty much concludes filling out the Google form in the description below. Now, we do have a request to take a look at in this month's episode, so let's see what kind of system we're building out. Alright, so for the month of February, this user has a budget of 1,200 USD, wants a combination working gaming system, ATX form factor preference, AMD CPU with no GPU preference, focusing first on that graphics card, case, and then everything else. Currently owns a 32GB DDR5 RAM. I don't know if it's a set or a single stick. And a 1440p 240Hz monitor. So we'll just put those in a little template build. No peripherals. And for other requests, wants RGB. And would love to get the Montech King 95 Pro case. Alright, so now that we know what the user wants and has, let's build out this PC. So I went ahead and made a little template build. We got placeholder Crucial Pro overclocking 32GB kit of DDR5 RAM. For storage, I wanted to get this 980 Pro 1TB because it was around $90, but unfortunately it was out of stock. Now I have this here, as if you can get this, get it. If not, get the NV3 5GB from Kingston. It's just current things are out of stock. Maybe wait for them to go back in stock. For case, we got that Montech King 95 Pro. For power supply, we got the MSI Mag 750 watt 80 plus gold. And then I put just a placeholder 1440p 240 Hz monitor. Now we're sitting right around 350 before any promo codes going on. And 335.47 with that promo. Starting out with our first build. We have the Ryzen 7 8700F. It's an 8-core, 16-thread, 4.1 GHz boost into 5.0. Got the ASRock B650 Pro, ATX AM5 motherboard, and then everything else pretty much stays the same from our template build, except for a graphics card with an RTX 3070 Ti. And that is only because of other graphics cards from NVIDIA are not able to kind of reach the performance of the graphics card. We'll check those on later, but why don't we check out our second build we were able to do. So this is the exact same build, Ryzen 7 8700F, except we swapped out the NVIDIA graphics card with an AMD graphics card. This was an RX 7800 XT from Speedster. So the only difference between this and our previous build is if you want to go with the 3070 Ti, which many people might say it's a bit dated at this point, but because GPU pricing is kind of absurd at the moment, it's kind of difficult to get even newer style cards. See if you can get a 4070 Ti, but we'll check graphics cards in a bit. So once again, difference between this and the next build is just around 50-60 bucks over our budget. Under, over. All right, so now that we have our two AM5 builds done, why don't we check out a comparison? So first off, we're going to compare the different graphics cards I was looking at, and then we'll compare the CPUs that we were looking at, just to give some insight on the matter. So here we have the RX 7800 XT, an RTX 4060 Ti, 3070 Ti, and 5060 Ti, mostly because these were around the same prices. I know it says $700, $450, and $390, but we can see that you could get a 5060 Ti, and it's just 1,000 score difference, and same thing with the 4060 Ti. These two are actually very close. The 4060 Ti seems to beat the 5060 Ti, even though the 5060 Ti is on PCIe 5.0 by 8, while the 3070 Ti is 4.0 by 16 by 8 by 16. So realistically, we're looking at this one and this one. So now that we took a look at our graphics cards, let's take a look at the CPUs I was comparing. So here we have a Ryzen 7 8700F, a Ryzen 5 7600, and a Ryzen 5 9600. Now I chose the Ryzen 7 8700F, even though these things are quite similar in pricing, is because we have around a 6% difference. Now you can't look at this pricing as they're not fully accurate to what you can actually get them for, but they are very similar. So ultimately with everything, we're just going to stick with our Ryzen 7 8700F, and you can choose between the 7800 XT or the 3070 Ti, unless you're able to get a newer graphics card for the same price. It's a bit difficult right now. Maybe if you can get like a 4070 Ti or a 5070 Ti, I would get one of those instead of this. But currently graphics card pricing is still kind of insane, but why don't we take a look and see the possibility of a bundle deal. So here we are on Micro Center. Before we figure out our bundle deal, I just want to click on AMD for a second and see what we can get, because the biggest thing is they brought back their 3-in-1 combo deals, which is great, but it's not good when you currently own a set of RAM, and we can't just buy a nice bundle deal with the CPU and the motherboard. It'd be nice if they offered their 2-in-1 deals and the 3-in-1 deals, but that's pretty much it. And I did take a look at this beforehand, and we don't actually have enough money in the budget to get a bundle deal, because we're going to be spending, let's say, extra money on another stick of RAM. So let's say for $380 split between our CPU and our motherboard, we'd get this Ryzen 5 7600X. Now if we quickly compare that Ryzen 5 7600X with the 8700F that we took a look at, it's around a 9% difference. So you could go for this Ryzen 5 7600X with a single stick of 16 gigabytes of RAM, but the user already says they have 32 gigabytes of RAM, so you're better off just sticking with either the RTX 3070 Ti build or the 7800 XT build. And that brings us to the end. I know it was a short video for this, but when the user already has everything spec'd out and selected, it's kind of easy to kind of figure out what build you want. Now, I would also suggest waiting for some other deals to come around or see if you can buy each component separately and slowly build it up. But the choice is up to you what you want to do. Build links will be in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. Consider subscribing, like if you like this or dislike it. I'll see you all in the next video.